series add-on or the time series package that comes inside Insight. That can be found sorry, in the advanced menu of the program, Advanced Time Series. And this module lets you do a lot of very interesting things. For instance, if you remember my second book, The Truthful Art, there is a chapter about time series analysis. So for instance, in the chapter I describe how to decompose a time series and show, for example, the trend and the overall trend of a pattern, and then the seasonality, so how much that variable varies every season or every month with some sort of regularity. That is what seasonality is. So the example that I provided in the book was the Spanish economy, Spanish unemployment actually, that varies quite widely, in some cases based just on the season. So in Spain, a large percentage of the GDP is based on tourism. That means that during the winter, unemployment goes up, and during the summer unemployment goes down. So that is what seasonality is, because it's a pattern that repeats every single year. Well, certain programs like Insight, and also I believe Tableau and Power BI and many others, will let you extract that seasonality from the data. So it will take that seasonality out, so you can actually see what the actual trend in the data is. Right? You will be able to create this kind of plot in which you can see the overall trend and then the seasonality that has been extracted from the original time series. So this is your original data. This is the smooth or the trend, and this is the seasonal variation. As you can see, it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. This is the seasonality has been extracted from the original one. Well, that can be done automatically using these kinds of tools. Now, what is the challenge? That there are certain things that we need to change in Insight in order to make this work. Okay, so if you are a Mac user, before you use this module, the time series module, you need to do something with the software. You will need to first of all quit Insight. So I'm going to just click on Command Q. That will quit the program. Before we do that, by the way, remember that before we created a new variable, horror percentage, right? Now, if you quit the program now, what will happen is that you will lose that variable. You will need to calculate it again. That is not really a problem because we only calculated one variable. But what about if you have calculated the percentage of all these, right? Percentage of adult, percentage of adventure, percentage of animation, etc., etc., and you had all those variables here at the end. Now, before you quit the program, it may be appropriate to save the data set, right? A new version of the data set. Now, once you have calculated things, Insight lets you export the data set as a CSV or as an Excel file. You just need to go to the File menu and click on Export Data. And then you click here and click on the kind of file that you want to save. I recommend that you use comma-separated values, CSV file. Then you save it wherever you want. And that's basically another spreadsheet, okay, that you can re-import later on to reuse in the program. Anyway, I was about to explain that if we quit the program, so Command Q, that is quit the program, that will quit the program. There is something that Mac users need to do before using the time series module in Insight. Go to the Finder, okay, on the upper right corner of your computer, and look for Acinonyx, or whatever that thing is pronounced. Okay, it's Acinonyx, Acinonyx. Now, this is a library, an R library, that interferes a little bit with the exporting of time series charts. We don't need this library, okay? And by the way, you don't need to do this if you are a PC user. You only need to do it if you are a Mac user, okay? So look for Acinonyx and find it. There may be one or two folders called the same way, Acinonyx. In my case, I have two, Acinonyx and Acinonyx. Okay, so I'm going to double click on that, and it will show me where that folder is, Acinonyx. Just rename that folder as Acinonyx old, okay? So that will basically break the connection between Insight and this R library, because Insight will not be able to find the library later on, which is exactly what we want to happen. We don't want Insight to find this library, okay? And then I'm going to go again to the Finder, find the other one that is also called Acinonyx. I'm going to double click on that and then select that, rename it as Acinonyx old, okay? So that is going to, again, break the connection between Insight and the library. Nothing else will happen. This will not break the program. This will not interfere with anything else in your computer. It will just make the time series module work a little bit better. So now what we can do is to just double click on Insight again to relaunch the program, and we will be ready to go once we re-import the data set that we had before of movies produced worldwide. Okay, so always remember to do this, but not always, just do it once. Okay, if you are a Mac user, remember to rename the Asinonics folders before you launch Insight.